Hello, I am Hayu Satunasana, and today I would like to present to you about my thesis proposal. Chapter 1, Introduction. In Chapter 1, there is background of the study, the policy of study, the first, Peraturan Pemerintah Indonesia Nomor 32 Tahun 2013 Pasal 70 Ayat 3 dan Peraturan Pemerintah Indonesia Nomor 32 Tahun 2013 Pasal 19 Ayat 3. Field study, interview to teacher and students, and the document is core test. Literature study, research result using climbing castle game as a media to increase grammar mastery. Potential solution, there is quiz level 1, 2, and 3. Chapter 1 Introduction. 1.2 Statements of the problems. 1.2.1 How was the model of climbing castle to increase the 8th grade students' grammar skill? 1.2.2 How was the appropriateness of developed climbing castle game for teaching and learning grammar to the 8th grade students? 1.2.3 How were the teacher and student response toward the use of climbing castle game for teaching and learning grammar to the 8th grade students? 1.3 Objective of the study. 1.3.1 To know the model of climbing castle game to increase the 8th grade students' grammar skill. 1.3.2 To find out the appropriateness of developed climbing castle for teaching and learning grammar to the 8th grade students. 1.3.4 To know the teachers and students' response toward the use of climbing castle game for teaching and learning grammar to the 8th grade students. 1.4 Significance of the study. Theoretical significance. This research is to develop media of learning English to increase grammar skill and knowledge for teaching and learning English. The model of climbing castle game for 8th grade students. Practical significance. For schools, this research is expected to make a decent donation to school, particularly in the media digital game, in order to enhance the quality and outcomes of the learning on the English lesson material. For English teachers, climbing castle game can be used and further developed by teachers in English classes, particularly in grammar material. For students, the findings of this research can enhance the capacity of students to think about solving a problem in classroom learning. For other researchers, this study can be used as the reference for the other researchers in same material about using game to developing grammar skill. Scope and limitation of the study. The first, the scope of this research is limited to develop climbing castle game to increase the 8th grade students' grammar skill, especially class 8, in the first and second semester. This research is focused on developing climbing castle to increase the 8th grade students. Especially the material is described in indicator 3.6 about simple present, 3.7 about present continuous, and 3.11 about simple past in curriculum 20 and 13. Definition of the key term. Grammar is a language to learn about language. Barbara Dykes, 2007. 5. Grammatical tense. Tense is a verb to show a form of action within a certain time in the English. Sentences are usually divided into 3 times, namely past, present, and future. Betty Scramfer Azar, 1998. Climbing castle game is a game developed by researchers. This game is in the form of a digital game containing quiz of tense in grammar. Chapter 2: Literature Study, Theoretical Review and Analysis. Theory of grammar as a word for change in forms and can be combined into sentence in the language. Theory of Jeffrey Cogill and Stacy McGuinness. Grammar is a language of the rules of governing its structure. Grammar determines how words are arranged to form meaningful units. Theory of Michael Swan. Grammar is a rule about the combination of several words. They are compiled or changed and can provide several different types of meanings. Review of related previous researcher. Research by Jafar Sodiq. The title of his research is Developing Kadas Nakal board game as a supporting media to teach vocabulary for the first-year students of junior high school. Research by Nur Ima. The title of her research is Developing Instructional Media of Basic English Grammar Weblog for the first-year students of Senior High School 11 Makassar. In conclusion, the researcher will develop climbing castle game for teaching grammar based on the 20 and 13 curriculum to improve students' grammar skill to the 8th grade students. And 2.3 Theoretical Thinking Framework. There is potency and problem. You can read the column about the difficulties in learning grammar in junior high school Blitar, and I have contributes to solve. The product is climbing castle game for teaching grammar skill to the 8th grade students in junior high school, and we can do try it out and we will know the impact. Chapter 3: Research Approach and Design. Research approach, qualitative approach. The researchers analyze the data by using interview, documentation, and validation. Quantitative approach. The researcher will analyze the data using tests and questionnaire. Research design, R&D, or research and development. According to Sugiono 20 and 16, R&D is a study technique used to create certain and test the efficiency of this product. We will see the framework in 2.2 Research Framework and Procedure. In Phase 1, Potency and Problem Analysis. Phase 2, Design, Development, Validation, and Revision. And Phase 3, Product Tryout, Evaluation, and Refination. The next 3.3 Product Design Plan. Phase 1 Research, Potency, Problem, and Need Analysis. The researcher will develop the material based on Sugiono proposed model 20 and 16, which proposed 10 steps for the material development. There are potential and problem, data collection, design product, design validation, design revision, product trial, revision product, usage trial, revision product, and publication. Phase 2 Research, Product Design and Development. The researcher intended to design and develop models of climbing castle to increase grammar mastery in the junior high school. At this phase, the researcher will use instructional design and development approach following the ADDIE model. Next, Product Design Plan. There are product hypothetical model and specification of the product. The product specification of this research will conduct based on the analysis in junior high school in Blitar. The first, the product will be organized climbing castle game and completed with 2 guidebooks. The second, the material of the product was in the simple language that easily to understand and adjusted by curriculum 20 and 13. And the third, the product will complete with warm-up activity and the researcher will focus on tenses exercise. 3.4 Product Design Validation. Still in phase 2 research, the researcher will validate the product to a material expert will be 3 June 2020. The material experts are Mrs. Rian Fadilawati from Unisba, Mrs. Priyati MPD from SMP 3 Blitar. Furthermore, the media expert will be Mrs. Nita Sutanti MPD from Universitas Islam Blitar and Mrs. Supriyati from SMPN 3 Blitar. Phase 3 research product tryout. The researcher will conduct tryout the product to 32 students in SMPN 3 Blitar. The first meeting, the researcher will give pre-test. For the second, will do treatment. And the fourth meeting, the researcher will conduct post-test to know the students' grammar achievement after the implementation of climbing castle game in teaching learning process. 3.6 Phase 3 research product evaluation. In this phase, the researcher will get evaluation and revision from the experts. This phase is done to know the shortcomings of the product before it's used in teaching learning activity. And the phase 3 research product improvement or refination, the researcher doing the trial of the product in SMPN 3 Blitar and revise the product based on the suggestion from the expert. The last product publication. After the researcher doing the trial of the product in SMPN 3 Blitar and revise the product based on the suggestion from the experts, the researcher will do product production limited by to use in SMPN 3 Blitar. There is the references.